I am live. Welcome to this Saturday, April 26th, 2025 edition of Mixed Domestics Unraveled. I'm Matthew of Mixed Domestic. This is an inclusive space, which means everyone's welcome unless you don't want someone else here and then like skedaddle because like that just ruins it for everyone else. And every Saturday we chat about fabric, what's going on, generally get into some kind of values conversation, get silly, drink our drinks, and then start our weekend off in a good way. I'm drinking my favorite Saturday morning drink, which is a dirty chai. Mm, mm. Num, num, num. I make it myself. I got the chai concentrate from Trader Joe's, and then I put oat milk in it, and then I put a tablespoon of instant coffee to make it dirty, and then like a sweetener or something, and maybe some cream, and then I'm good. But I definitely 100% need my caffeine. I am in slow motion. Hi, Josh. Hi, Michael. Hi, Reina. Hi, Jill. Hi, Faith. Hi, Heather. Hi, Sonia. I don't know if I said hi to you already. Hi, Kate. Hi, Jackie. Hello, everyone. I love that y'all show up and you're ready to have some fun. Hey, Big Sky Diamond Painting. What's your name, Big Sky Diamond Painting? I'd love to know it. What shirt am I wearing? I'm wearing the Yes I Quilt. No, I won't make you a t-shirt, quilt, shirt. It appears that my spouse ordered some food, which means they're about to knock on the door and then the dogs are going to bark and it's going to be a moment. So that's what's up. Bronwyn, hi. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Muriel. Hi, Carolyn. St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands. I love that. Where is everyone from? If y'all don't know, I'm in the Pacific Northwest of the United States of America, which we are not, but that's our name. And I live here with my spouse. We've been together since 2001. We have an 11-year-old daughter. She's about to be 12. I can't believe it. Her name's Helena. She's about to be 12 on May 9th. And that is insane. I don't chat a lot about my daughter, only superficially, and I don't show her online. So a lot of people don't know that I am also a parent. And then I have two dogs. One's name is Ruby. My daughter named her after Ruby Bridges. The other, her name is Brianna. My daughter named her after Breonna Taylor. And that's my life. So California, Iowa, Arkansas, Wyoming, PEI, Canada. What is that? Province of, I don't know. See, like clockwork. I knew it. I knew it. Because my dogs have a big bark. And they don't have a big bite. They really, really don't have a big bite. And they bark. For some reason, my spouse thought it was a good idea to train them to bark at any slight noise. And that was what just happened. And so they're going to bark until someone goes to the door. So you're going to hear that in the background. And I love that this was timed. It's always timed right whenever they know that I'm about to start my live stream. Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island. Many of y'all knew. I love that y'all knew. PEI is Prince Edward Island, everyone. But I am definitely on slow motion. And it's a physical thing. It's not a mental thing. For people who have been on my journey with me for a while, a lot of y'all know that like I have certain things that I live with, one of them being C-PTSD. And when it gets activated, it impacts everything. And for those that don't know what that is, it just, it's similar to PTSD. It's just, it results from different, mine is from intense childhood trauma. And so I realized that a lot of my activity with my shop and keeping so busy and ordering so much fabric was indeed a trauma response to avoid dealing with stuff. And then I just like burst, not in a like a way that like I spiraled, but I couldn't keep doing that because once I realized that, then I kind of just like deflated, and whatever was propelling me to stay at that pace, it's over. So it's a different kind of burnout than someone who is neurotypical would get. It's just a burnout that is in my body. I have to let it work its way out. It impacts my executive function. And sometimes I mess up on your orders. I notice I've been messing up on some orders, and I'll always fix them. So that's the why behind it. If and when my orders ever slow down, it's because that's happening. And I'm trying to go the fastest that I can, but I can't go any faster than my body will allow me. And it's so weird when it happens. I've learned not to judge it. But it's just the weirdest thing. So hopefully it'll get better once I go to H&H, and I'm through with that. That's in a week. I know I'll have some downtime after that because that will overwhelm me. And then I'll be back to normal. So that's my journey. If you're only on Facebook and or YouTube and you don't consume me like on the other channels, you don't know about a lot of that kind of stuff because I didn't talk about it everywhere. But that's just something that I live with. And I'm doing the best I can. But just know, whenever y'all reach out, you never need to reach out in anger. If there's ever a mistake, because I am on the autism spectrum, I remember everything. I cut my own orders. I pack my own orders. So I know everything that's in there. And I know when I miss something. I'm always honest about it. And so, well, it'll always get fixed. So you don't got to do that with me. You can just be like, hey, I noticed this wasn't in there, and then I'll fix it. Anyone who that's happened with, you know, that's how I resolve it. And then I've discovered like half of the time it's because I fold it really well. And so some of the fabric is like hidden, folded within other fabric, like origami. If you just unfold it all before you reach out, then you won't get anxious and stuff about it. Ta-da! That was my long story. I hope so, Melissa. I hope so. Last year, it was kind of fun, but then it was kind of not fun. Because it's industry. So it's different than like a consumer event where it's like a lot of y'all, where I get to interact with y'all, and it's great and I love it. Industry, it's different. There's a lot of ego with people who have businesses. And last year, there were a number of people who took it as their opportunity to like tell me things that I either needed to apologize for or remind me that like the internet is forever. Basically, they took it as their opportunity to say whatever they needed to say to me based on something that happened years ago. And these were industry people, like CEOs, like executives. And I just had to sit and take it. And I was like, wow, that's kind of wild. To where when I got home, like that was too much for me. But I did connect with a bunch of people. And if I wouldn't have gone last year, then we wouldn't have my needle, because that's where I connected there. But it's just a different vibe. So this year I'm going knowing that I'm not going to take any of that. And if anyone tries it, then I've come up with some things to say to them so that they won't do it. But it's just so wild. It's so wild. If I ever get like that as a business owner, let me know. Like if I'm ever ego front and like I'm not like customer people front, let me know. I don't think I ever will, because I'm always thinking about it. Runs with, you don't need to apologize for anything. That's the thing, is that I don't have to apologize for anything. And one, because nothing I ever said was wrong. It was just maybe people didn't like how I said it, but I was never wrong. And it's like we all like do things. It's just wild that people felt the need to say that, because I didn't agree with them, but I kind of felt like I had to. And yeah, let's get into the quilts that are behind me. Do we like? So this one is the jelly squares. I have a quilt kit for this one that's listed in my shop. And I don't know if I listed the pattern by itself. I might go list the pattern by itself because it's really a great pattern. And I love it. One more, let me thank you. That the important thing is that you know what you're dealing with and taking care of yourself. That's the thing, Rosa, is that I do know what I'm dealing with. And so now I have more tools to be able to handle it. And I also know not to expect anyone there to have my best interests at heart or to be able to take care of me, because I assumed that would happen and it didn't. And it's naive of me to think that, because I need to take care of myself and set my boundaries and all of that. But like, there's that. You have the jelly pattern, and bought charm packs and fat quarters for that pattern for myself. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so now I kitted it up. So it's available. This was made by the lovely Karen Murphy. It's It's amazing. It's really cool. I have one more quilt kit that I'm going to kit up with this collection. It's what's it? It's a pop. It's a plus pop pattern that she's also making that one too. And once that's up, then I'll list it some more. But yeah, it's really fun. And then we'll get into that one a little bit later. But yeah, I love it. Like it's just really cute. It's a super affordable pattern. It's a great way to use like any fabric collection, and it's really lovely. I like the simplicity of it. Like any collection it can go with. That's what's one thing I realized after chatting with y'all last week about Bali Dreams is that some of these collections, when I just show them to you, they don't necessarily inspire because they need like something else to go with it. And this collection, honestly, it needed to be, oh. Yeah. Is one of the two? Isn't this one of them too? Like you needed to see the contrast with it. And I actually kitted up a quilt kit after we chatted about Bali Dreams, which is really, really great. But this is Scraptastic. Diane, what's the biggest thing I've ever crocheted? I mean, I haven't crocheted like a house, like blanket, like a queen size blanket. Yeah, I kind of had to set crochet on the back burner to focus on like sewing and quilting and my shop and all that. Hopefully I can get back into it in my 60s, I'm thinking. But please show your love for Mix and Miss. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Molly. I appreciate that. Did I pronounce it right? It's beautiful. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. Thank you. That's super kind. So that's what I'm realizing I have to do. And I'm going to do that today with another collection. Is that I need to. And that was the challenge with me with too much fabric coming in at once is I didn't have time to process it and think about how I needed to show it to you and be like, here's the fabric, ta-da, figure it out. But now my Brittany and I, when we order fabric, we already have the kits and projects planned out. So I'll show all of it at the same time so that we can all be inspired. So while we're at that, we're talking about this one. I have this new video on my YouTube and I edited it. I pulled the reins back to editing from the editor I was using. It just didn't seem like it was a match for what I was needing. And I took a lot of time to edit this one. I don't know that I'm going to edit all my videos. I probably will do a couple just to show any future editor what I need as a baseline. And then I expect them to make it a little better if they're going to edit with me. But this one cut out all the fluffs, all the fluff. I had my overlays. I really, really zoned in. I used some effects. That was funny. Like it was really a good overall thing. And I didn't add any extra stuff. And I got it down to a 15-minute video because I think videos should be between 10 and 15 minutes. That myself is what I want to watch. I don't want to watch anything longer than that in a tutorial. I generally won't click on it if it's any longer than that. So I really love finishing these bags and I gave them to Brittany and it was just fabulous. So if you haven't seen this video yet, you can totally go watch it and just leave it on and walk away. Just make sure to have the volume up and then make sure to comment and like it. That will help a lot, whether you're on Facebook or on Instagram. Do that. But yeah, it was so much fun. And I actually did enjoy editing it again to make sure that it was what I wanted instead of just like letting things go out into the universe just because they're done. You did. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I took a lot of time because it deserved it. And I think that if I do the next one, it'll take less time because I know all of the things that need to happen in a video. I just, it takes a lot of energy. I just assumed that editors would be doing that, but they won't. They won't. Oh, thank you, Michael. And where are we now? So we're going to go back to this collection, Golden Touch. This was one that came when I had a lot of fabric coming in. And it was beautiful. And now that I have a kit up in my shop, people have been purchasing the kit and it's like I can see. But this is one that needs to go with something else. and we're gonna walk through the fabrics, and I wanna get y'all's feedback on the why. Did I add the video? I need to add the video. At first it wasn't taking off, and I kind of know now. I kind of have learned, but still just to get y'all's feedback on it. And then after we go through it, I'll show you the kit that I have that's really doing well. And this is Golden Touch. It's by Sarah Stefanski. It's really a gorgeous collection. I have her new one coming, I think in a month or two, which is how I was introduced to her. I saw it on the Free Spirit website and then got these. And this was her Golden Touch one. Like she's a mixed media artist. She's similar to the other ones that people really vibe with. And oh my God, like, oh, this one, blues. I'm a sucker for blues. Did I tell y'all I came up with a rubric that I have to follow before I order fabric, and like they have to check so many boxes? I developed one. I'm not allowed to just like impulsively buy fabric anymore. A bag. Oh, yeah, these are the ones where I can't see a quilt, then they're all bag things to me. That's where I did with the Bali Dreams one. But then I was like, oh, it needed some of these blenders in there. And I came up with a kit. You're shopping for fabric, Damali? Oh, I love that. Well, guess why I'm a fabric shop? Did you know? I've got fabric. I stepped up. I leveled up. And this is such a lovely low volume one. They're like coins. I think one is like silver coins, one's gold coins. Her next one that she's coming out with, I forgot the name of it. I don't remember. Look at how neat a mosquito it is. But I can see how to some, these would read as cacophonous. It's hard to like understand how they all work together. And I failed y'all by not showing that to you. But once I put the kit together, oh yeah, it's really, really gorgeous. But, okay, this is me selling. Stop selling. Let me ask you, what's going on with the collections where it didn't jump off the shelves? I'm curious. I want that kind of feedback too, because that's why I'm showing it to you again. I don't need to sell it. I'm just excited because I feel like I figured it out now. But to me, it was like, it's another mixed media artist. People love the mixed media art stuff like Tim Holtz and Seth Abter and Marsha Dursey. And I didn't understand why people didn't like jump for this one. Now, the people who are seeing the quilt kit, they're jumping for that. But is it because I didn't show how to use it? Is that the thing? Is there something about this collection that's similar? I did notice, this is my own, now that I'm looking at it through a second lens more slowly, a lot of the scale is similar. And that was kind of the issue with the Bali Dreams, is the scale was all the same. And I'm actually designing a whole full new Pride collection. I was going to do a couple of prints, but I'm doing a full one. That you need to have a variety in a fabric collection. There needs to be a variety in geometrics and abstract and like small print and low volume and saturation. There needs to be a variety of all of this, and everything reads the same scale. And that's hard to put together in a quilt. So that's what I got from looking at it through a new lens, now that I'm being more critical and not just going by a gut. That might be the why, is that there wasn't enough variety for people to understand how to work with it. That might be it. That's it. Nothing reads as a solid. That's what I got out of it as well. So I paired it with Tim Holtz's provisions in the quilt kit that I put up, which is this Orbit quilt kit. I used 5 of the provisions that were in there. Hi, Patty. Hi, Rob Graw. That really go with it. And I think this is exquisite. A few people have bought this quilt kit, but this right here, I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's what I needed to do, because none of them worked as something that could tame all of the art that was the prints, which makes me think of the collection as bags, because 1 art print or 2 art prints in a bag is gorgeous, because then you can find a blender to go with it. but really there was nothing that read as a blender in that collection, and it needed it. And so putting this with that, Provisions is more of a weathered, worn feel that it tones it down, I feel, and now the collection makes sense to me. So if anyone is looking for a cool quilt and not afraid of curves, then go for it. Let's see. Might like it in person, but on screen it's so busy I can't concentrate on what I would use it for. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Because each print was like, whoa, okay, it's a lot. And I just know from my designing that you can only have a couple prints that are like that because they ground the collection and the rest of it need to support it. And as opposed to this, it's like each one is interesting. I could see these in an art quilt, landscapes, houses. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right, Reina? Maybe the prints are so modern, it may be difficult for some to figure out how to put it in a traditional quilt. Yeah, I get that, Michael. I understand that. Yeah. I couldn't see like half square triangle this or like pineapple blocking it or any of that. It would definitely have to be a modern quilt. Thank you. I'm so glad y'all like it. So this is available. All my quilt kits are affordable. I don't know if I'm not pricing them right. I don't understand why others price their kits so well. I do know that I eventually need to zhuzh up my kits to make them look like more like a kit when I send them, as opposed to here's the fabric and pattern, figure it out. I get that. I'm doing what I can. But now this is available on my shop, on my site. So yes, we did. Thanks for the feedback. The feedback is really helping. I'm so happy I thought to do this because I'm just one person trusting my gut and trying to figure it out. And I'm understanding what y'all, my customers are interested in. Now I get it. And that's how I created my rubric, was like, I know that y'all gravitate towards modern. I know that y'all really like the mixed media stuff. I know that y'all don't really like gravitate to the cutesy stuff, which is okay. You like the high saturation blenders and stuff that I come up with. And a lot of that's what I like, but I didn't know that y'all would naturally gravitate towards all of that. See, I would never normally consider that collection, but seeing it in the example you made for the kit makes me go, oh, this is actually nice, right? So it's my job to show y'all that, because y'all don't necessarily see what I see when I show it. And so y'all just see the collection and are like, oh, whatever. I wanted to show my son your applique on the United States and I couldn't find it. Does anyone have the link to my... I need to write a new blog for my new site on the what's it called? Conversion therapy map quilt. See, that's what happens to my brain whenever I'm going through like lull periods. And hi Aristotle 3. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, that's all I can do, but I still need to make y'all happy because I can't have fabric sitting on the shelves. And I had to slow down so I can show y'all what I'm doing, and then we can move up. I think I was just moving faster than I'm able to, but I am getting a second space. So the office right next to mine is available. I'm negotiating for the price, but basically I'm going to have my fabric space that I cut. Then I'll go next door, and that's where I'm going to pack, because I bring everything home and I pack it. And Brittany came over yesterday and she was like, she's like, this is why you're not creating. This is why you're not inspired. Everything's on top of you again. This is not what I saw for you when I suggested you move to another space. And she was like, you need to see if they have another space. That's what you need to do. And then we'll get rid of your storage unit. And everything in here needs to be about you creating. It can be your studio. You've always wanted a studio where all you do is film content. And so that's the next step, is getting my bundles and notions in this other office and shop. And that's where I pack my orders and I do everything away from the house. So I'm expanding. Look at that, y'all. I'm growing. That's kind of cool. So thank y'all for getting me there. I'm really, it's a dream come true. Once, especially I can figure out how to pay myself. That's going to be amazing. But yeah, I never would have envisioned. It's a year. It's like a year into this. Can y'all believe that? That's really cool. So thank you. Thank you, Josh. I think I've got really good taste. There are a couple that I ordered emotionally that I don't regret getting, but I can't order emotionally. I need to order with my logic brain, and it needs to be for the right reasons. Oh, thank you, Jackie. And so what is next? Oh, Reina, we're going to show your quilt. So I have folks making quilts for me to help me because I need to show you all these things in real time and I can't make them all. Like, it's basically three different kinds of people that live inside my brain. And like listing the inventory and going through the stuff and packing the orders, that's like one person. And then there's a creative person. And then there's a camera person. So I'm not able to make the quilts like I want to. And so people have been helping me. My community stepped up for me. So thank you. So this is, ta-da! Reina made this Busy Bees quilt pattern with the bee garden fabric. And she was the only international human that I was able to ask to help because I assumed that the rates going across and back and forth would be the same. Generally, folks are like making it and then they'll send it to me and then I'll make the content and then I'll send it back to them and they get to keep it. But she had to pay like an extra $100 for it to cross the Canadian border. And so I was like, yeah, let's not do that. I don't have the budget for that, for all of that kind of stuff. And so she took some photos and I love it. And it's really cool because this is a cool pattern. I do have a lot of these patterns too. So I need to list the pattern too. But look at it up close, like how fun it is. Was it just strips and then you cut it with like a 45-degree angle? Is that what's up? Oh yeah. Where's the next one? Where is it? Add to stage. Add to stage. Remove. Remove. Add to stage. And this is it up close. Look it. Isn't it really cool? It's so pretty. This is Reina right here. She's in the chat. Everyone say, Reina, you did such a good job. There she is. She used a sew and a flip ruler. And the pictures were exceptional. I'm so grateful for you, Reina. Thank you so much. Hopefully all of that stuff is figured out. But I am going to work with her eventually. I figure we can work together on like a block of the month kind of thing. Because I want to do that. And so I remember, see, this is where I remember all the things that are said. You suggested it and said you wanted to do it. So I was like, yeah, you want to do that together? And so we're probably going to partner on that once I get some space. And then, yes, you slayed, Reina. You sure did slay, Reina. You totally slayed. And then I got one more quilt behind me. Let me see. I forgot. I have to look something up real quick. Doom 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 do 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 do. Who made it? Oh my gosh. See, this is why. See, Brittany was doing this thing. I love my Brittany. She's amazing. This is not a beef against Brittany if you're watching this. But her brain's different than mine. So she was thinking that if I get a lot of quilts sent to me with people making stuff, then it'll just be easy for me. But that didn't work. That's not how my brain works. It's like I only want so many things in front of me and then I'll get overwhelmed and I can't make a decision. And that's where I'm at right now is I have a bunch of quilts and I'm just like, decision paralysis is happening heavy. And so I'm trying to show you all these things as soon as I can. But my brain is scrambled right now, and so it's not working. What's the difference? Try it. Heather! Right. Heather made this one. So this one is with Pretty Things. And it's by Denise Schmidt is the collection, and it's her pattern. But it's a really fun, scrappy way to make a quilt. And I just really love that this was made this. The scale is a lot bigger. I didn't realize it was the size it was. But look at that. That's such a great pattern. I actually listed one more quilt kit, because I remember when I showed this collection, there was one that a lot of y'all really liked and gravitated to. Oh yeah. Put that on a quilt. I won't. Decision paralysis is real. It's a thing. It's really a thing. Like I will do what is in front of me. If I know that I have one thing to do, I'll do it. If I have a couple things to choose from, I can prioritize for the most part. If I have like 8 to 10 things to choose from, no. I'll go down and sit on my couch and do something that isn't a high priority task and just focus on that. And so that's how my brain is. She didn't know that, but I figured it out. I'm just filming my intro and conclusion to potential content, and then I'm moving on. What else was I gonna do? Oh, the other quilt. Let me share screen. So the other quilt kit that I put up was, where are you? Where'd it go? This one. So I did list this one as a kit. It's the same. So there's the dark background one right here. Oh, I think so in the review. And then the light background one like this. So those are also listed. It's only $1.09. So with the discounts, it's under $100 to get these. And then this is the fabric collection, if y'all forgot. Where is it? Right here. This is it right here. Ooh la 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 la. Really, really pretty. So that one also is available. And then let me show you while I'm here, the quilt kit that I put up for Bali Dreams is this one. Like, look how pretty that is. That's so pretty. Like, I think I might want to make that one. And I just used the turquoise blender for the stars, and then a gray blender for the binding. But now it makes sense to me, because this collection didn't have any blenders. It didn't have anything that you could mix with all of the prints. And the prints were a lot, but now they're not a lot. I tried all of the colors, and this is the color that looked the best to me. So, right, see, I just needed to take the time to actually see them in order to think what needs to be done with them. So now let's stop the screen. I remember to stop the screen. Love your collection in the Busy Bee quilt. It's giving some improv with a bit of control. That part, yeah, it's improv with a bit of control. I love that. I love that. What state do you live in? I'm in Washington. But that's great. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so if you have a good print that would go in the center, then this is a great quilt for y'all. What else do I have? I'm keeping it at a minimum. I talked about why I'm on slow motion. I talked about the quilt kits. I talked about, oh, you're in California? Okay, you're good. I showed those. We went through Golden Touch. Y'all like that quilt that I kitted up, right? That one's cute. And then I did get some of my newer fabric. Oh my God, y'all. You want to see a really pretty fabric collection? Okay. That's me being random. So it's not listed yet because this doesn't come out until January. But I feel like I should go ahead and list it because I got my hands on it how many months in advance? It's April. 9 months in advance, and I love it. One of the first collections that I purchased for my shop was from this designer. And it blew me away. It was such a gorgeous collection. I was so sad when I could no longer order it. It was the first collection that I had to order again. And it was Ebb and Flow. If y'all remember that one, it was a turquoise collection with gold highlights. She's a watercolor artist. It's Isoldo Designs is the name of her business. And when I saw this listed for order, I ordered so much of it. I was like, yes. It even has some minkies to it and a wide back. I think I'm actually going to kit it up with the same on point design because it's similar. So it's like a warm tone. So let me show you the fabrics and I will list it, even though it's not coming out till January. But like, so here's one. I need to record it in a video. And then I haven't even looked at these in person. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. It came and I was like, I don't need to look at something that's coming in January. So this is like a blender. And then you're like, get to the good stuff. I'm getting there. So these blenders are great. See how it comes with a blender? It makes it a lot easier. Oh my gosh. Look. Oh my gosh. Look. Yeah, it's pretty. It's going to be hard for me not to play with this now because the maker in me wants to play with it now. Oh, and this is called Flora and Form. Look, it has gold metallic in it. Can you tell? Yeah, I was like, y'all want to see pretty fabric? Of course. And the minkies are divine. So this comes in a couple different colorways. Here's one. Here's another. Ooh. Yeah. Isn't it gorgeous, Josh? It's like, this is what I'm going to have to reorder. I know. Then this one, like this one just looks like the universe. Like this. This is the darker one. See? Boom, shake the room. This is fun. It's like I'm going through fabric with my friends. That's what I'm doing. Okay, don't make a mess, Matthew. Don't make a mess. And then this one. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Look at, oh my God. Terry, I saw your order go through. I was like, oh yeah, right on. Thank you for your order. That's exciting. When you make it, take some pictures. I want to see. And then this one. Oh, look at, you see the metal in it? The metallic? Oh, oh, oh. She knocked this out. She did such a good job. Yeah, she did. And she's so vulnerable as a designer because she's an artist, so she's not used to fabric. She's like, I don't know that it's going to translate on fabric. I'm like, girl, this one, it's fine. You're great. And then a blue one. Oh my God, this one. I want to make some clothes out of that. Oh my God, like, look. Right, Jackie? Yeah, a lot of it's very like rocks, earth, nature. It's called Flora and Form, so it's that. But that was how the ebb and flow felt too. And then, oh, there's two more. Oh, these are weavables too. Gail, right now we are in the midst of creating joy. We are creating joy. So that's what this hour is for, is to create joy. So there's this one, and then there's a gray one that I showed in the beginning. But right? It's real pretty. And then let me show you a quilt. One more quilt. I think I'll show it. I'll have it hanging up next week, so you'll see it more then. But once I show this en masse, I'm gonna sell out of this collection. So isn't this fabric great? Okay. This one was finished by Sarah Sueck, and it's using Still by Libs Elliott. And then let me get in the corner. Hi, everybody. And it's just exquisite. I think this is the way it goes. I think this is the way it goes. See it? See it? Can you see it? No, not all of it. See it? It's so pretty. Isn't it so pretty? Like it, and look at, like it's so cool. And then she fussy cut like the double wedding rings. She said she never fussy cut before. And it fits in perfectly, but like, oh my gosh, like, right? Oh, it's so gorgeous. I might tell her this one got lost in the mail. I will, but this one will be hanging up next week. And once I post this, then there's going to be no more Still. So if y'all want some of this black and white collection, I'm not reordering it. So go ahead and get it because I'm already halfway out of it. And then it'll be gone. I think next week I'm going to focus on this one and Lineage. But that's what I got. What else are we doing? What else? Let me hide this one. So yes, that's what we do at this hour. We create joy. I really had fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to me ramble for a little bit and going through and then helping me like figure stuff out with my shop and supporting me and helping me grow, make my dreams come true, and creating not only a business and brand for myself that centers on inclusivity and making everyone feel welcome, but trying to impact and change the industry at large to do that as well. Instead of just focusing on one group, let's focus on everyone. Because if we focus on that person having the hardest time in the room, and we lift them up, we lift everyone up. So make sure to take care of yourself, find some time to craft and some joy and to create, and let this be the jumping block and starting block for doing that this weekend. All right, see you next week. Bye.